Nobody knows more than you. These hard times that we're living through.
What is up, everyone? Venture back for another unboxing, but this one is of a different kind. And we're not looking at records today, but we are looking at music adjacent things in the form of magazines and books. It's my book/reading roundup edition. So this one, gonna kick it off with something that this one's been an interesting saga. This is one of my favorite publications, favorite magazines, favorite journals that I've been following since like the beginning. So like, what is this, going on 20 years at this point? Wax Poetics. It used to be a quarterly journal, then they cut it back to just coming out twice a year. I mean, it also did end up getting kind of like rebooted in that time, because now we are on Volume 2. And so this is issue 3. This came back through a Kickstarter. I kickstarted it to help get this thing back because, like I said, I've been a fan, man. And you know, the first year was great. Got all my issues on time, no problems. Second year, you know, the first issue was supposed to come out, I can't remember, I want to say like, was it May, April, somewhere around there? Regardless, I was in the middle of moving. I went through and let them know that I was moving. Never did end up getting issue 3. But after a bunch of reaching out through emails and back and forth through socials, well, we got it. So this one, yeah, this is the issue 3 from Volume 2, covering Patrice Rushen and Wajid. Wax Poetics has always brought high quality coverage, so I was happy to go through and, you know, kickstart it to continue on with that whole legacy, because I always loved the coverage from these guys. So I wanted to see that continue on. However, along with issue 3, there were also issues, problems getting issue 4. But that's what this is finally in this package going to give. So I'm glad that I'm finally getting these. Man, that tearaway strip just did not want to work for me. Oh, wait, no. Why is it so often that these unboxings are just me fiddling with packaging? Hold on, y'all. Alright, in the background right now we have playing Where the Peace Lock Ends by Thus One. I always forget that this one's on here. This one's a trip. Anyhow, so continuing on. So that we had issue 3 from Volume 2. This one is issue 4. Nice. Okay, so let's get this all out of the package here. So we got issue 4. We got more stickers, because who doesn't love stickers? I know I do. And all right, so this was a limited promo item that they had going on that they ended up kicking off because they needed to do a bit of fundraising, because coming back when they did, and then having to deal with COVID and everything, things ended up proving to be a bit more challenging. So they were dropping these keychains as a little promotional item, which I wanted to get. Shit, dropping knowledge in 2001. So yeah, I have been reading this for like over 20 years at this point. Goddamn. So yeah, they were dropping these as promo, like fundraising items to go through, get them in before issue 4 ended up dropping, so you could have that shipped along with, and so that would go through and make sure that they were going to be set up for the next year and stuff like that. I wanted to go through and drop for these, but then like I was having issues getting the actual issues. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do that unless I actually get an issue in hand. And I never did get an issue in hand. Except for now I did. And they decided to include 2 for my troubles. So yeah, shout outs to Wax Poetics. Big ups and thank you for actually coming through. And I know issue 5 is going to be dropping soon. And maybe on account of, or maybe not, but they seem to be in a position where instead of just dropping 2 issues a year, they're going to be upping it to 3. So, yeah. 3 issues? That seems like a good one to me. So, yeah, go. I'm probably going to go through and renew my subscription for them now, since I do have my issues in hand. And I always have been a fan, so yeah. Wax Poetics. Quality coverage of just shit you don't really find elsewhere. I mean, come on, look at that roundup there of the stories that they have. LP, Fantastic Damage, Duran Jones and Indications, Don Cherry, Gene Carney. Cover story with Bobito, Steely Dan. Like, come on, man, this is all good shit. Print shop, they got good stuff there. They got back issues and whatnot that you can go through and cop. I don't mean this to sound like a fucking ad for this. This is just, I've been a fan of this publication for a minute, so I'm glad to finally be getting this stuff in hand again so I can continue on. And yeah, this is about covering the unboxing part of this, because there was another book that I ended up getting in the mail, but like I was too excited. I couldn't wait to actually do the unboxing for that other one. So it's already open. It's already sitting on the side. I just want to go through and show y'all what's inside this latest issue before 5 drops, and then we'll move on to the books, because technically magazine, but you know, this is a hefty magazine. So cover story with Bobby O. Nice. Steely Dan members getting their own trading cards. Alright, so that is a little overview of what we got for issues 3 and 4 for Wax Poetics, but there's more, because this is the book that came and I just could not wait to actually get it out of the package to read, because this is Past the Margin, a decade of uncut interviews by Robbie Ettelson from the blog website of that very same Unkut.com. I've been checking these guys out for a while as well, much like Wax Poetics. I mean, I don't know if I was there when the blog started, I very much doubt, but I mean, the notoriety grew, I came across it, and it definitely became one of my favorites to go through and check out on the interwebs. And I mean, Robbie's still putting out stuff, so go check out the website, check out the interviews. Here we have 177 out of 500. I believe he no longer has copies through his website. I believe he pulled the remaining ones. Jeez, dude, come on. You gotta be screaming right now. Anyway, so yeah, I don't believe he has any copies available because the rest that he had were going into a bundle that he was talking about on like Instagram or something. But I think there are still copies through Get On Down, so if you want to go through, check those out. And yeah, this is, like it says, a decade of interviews, but the interviews therein, whew, this is just good shit, man. Forward by Dallas Penn. And then here we go, getting into the actual contents. We have, starting with DJ Kenny Parker, an interview from 2006. We got Mikey D, Joe Fatal, T-Ray, Keith Shockley, DJ Viciously, Dr. Butcher, LL Cool J, Silver Fox, dude, Large Professor, The Mighty VIC, Granddaddy IU, Project Gaddafi, Prince Paul, Cool G Rap, MF Grimm, Spider D, Big Noid, AG, Bobby Simmons, Lord Finesse, Al Tariq, The RZA, Schoolie D, Duke Booty, Keith LeBlanc, Paradise Gray, Doug Wimbish, Harry Allen, Just Ice, and then the bonus beats. Like, this book is crazy, man. Everything that's covered in here, the knowledge being dropped in these interviews from back in the day, just hearing this shit was just crazy, man. I didn't think I was gonna be finding this stuff anywhere, and here we go. Just even that one with like Silver Fox. It's just, this book is deep. The shit that Robbie goes back into, because he's constantly surprising cats with just the level and depth of knowledge that he has from covering. Like, it comes up in that one interview with LL where he's just like gives Robbie props for the questions that he's asking, because it's not like your typical LL start with like Rick Rubin and Def Jam. He's like, no, he's asking about LL before all that, because he's talking to the cats that were actually around LL before LL was, you know, Def Jam LL. So yeah, this book is dope. If you get the chance to, if you're at all interested in like old school hip hop and that shit from way back when, this is quality. So get your hands on this. This covers a lot of great stuff. And then there's the bonus beats. Let me see if I can just quickly kick over to those. Yeah, just little snippets and stuff like that. Randoms with questions with Eric B, Freddie Fox, Mike Harron, Big Daddy Kane, Lord Ali Baski from the Flavor Unit, KRS, MC Shan, Funk Master Wizard Wiz, Johnny Juice, like little snippets from everyone. Tila Rock, Percy P, Ron Delight, Big Twins, like even the bonus beats, the amount of knowledge being dropped here is just Dante Ross, Ghostface, Aaron Fuchs, J-Force, Combat Jack, rest in peace, Positive K, Cool Kim, Lakim Shabazz, like it just keeps going, yo. It just keeps going. So if you get the chance to, if I haven't sold you on it already, if you're at all interested in this kind of stuff, go check out Past the Margin by Robbie Ettelson. This is great book. And then continuing on from there with more interviews and stuff from the old school, we have The Come Up by Jonathan Abrams, an oral history of the rise of hip-hop. I hadn't actually heard of this one. I just saw it in the store and it caught my interest, so I was just like, alright, we're getting that. So I caught this on my recent little trip down to Seattle, where I have another book coming up soon, going through and showing off part of my trip down there. But yeah, this just on the strength of what the book was about looked interesting to me. So it has interviews with a bunch of personalities and people from back when, and it's covering, like it shows there in the contents, just kind of the eras of. So hold on, let me just flip the record here. Wait. But yeah, just checking that out and seeing what the contents covered. I was just like, all right, let's give this a go and see what we got, because we got let's see who we got in here. Charlie Chase, Debbie D, Easy AD, Michael Holman, Curtis Blow, Sadat X, Grandmaster Kaz, Mr. C, Daddy O, Raheem. I mentioned Paradise Girl already, did I not? Yeah, like, it's just a bunch of quotes, snippets, and pieces of interviews from people going through and put together in a way to go through and kind of give a cohesive narrative to tell a story for all of these places and all of these periods that were important and relevant. So yeah. And I mean, shit, we're even going back to the beginnings of this stuff, like the construction of the Cross Bronx Expressway in 1948 that went through and gave birth to, like, these neighborhoods that were then the cradle for hip-hop. Like, this is the kind of shit that I like to see, that goes through and puts things in context of what brought it about and how it all came up. So yeah, that in and of itself is just like, all right, cool, you sold me on that one. So yeah, I'm still going through and reading this one, but good shit so far. And so then, as I mentioned, trip down to Seattle, which is why I ended up copying that on a whim. This is one of the reasons why I went down there. Over at the Mopop in Seattle, the Museum of Pop Culture, they had an exhibit going on, which was Contact High. If you couldn't go, you can get the book. I got the book anyways because I went and it was dope, so I wanted to go through and have a record of that, other than like the photos that I took, which in hindsight would have been smart of me to try and include some of those in as B-roll footage in this, but anyway, maybe I'll post those on Instagram so y'all can go check that out. Anyhow, this is Contact High by Vikki Tobak, and it's basically just like the photo contact sheets for a bunch of photo shoots with various artists. And yeah, being able to see that in the actual exhibit was dope. But then also just having it laid out here so that you can peruse and enjoy it at your own leisure. Because this is covering like classic It obviously is Tony Tone and DJ Cool Herc by Joe Conzo Jr. It's like from back in the day, 1979. Again, more Joe Conzo Jr. The Popper. And yeah, even as it states in there, like Joe Conzo's anonymous popper, who's never been identified. Ain't that some shit? Because yeah, that's a striking photo. There we go, Frosty Freeze, Rocksteady Crew. This one's by Martha Cooper. And so yeah, it's just a bunch of these kinds of things, but then it's not just all old school photos, as dope as these are to go through and look through. Yeah, this is from like the cover for Roots Undone, Grandmixer DST, Fab Five Freddy, another famous figure in, Sophie Bramley and Muhammad at the Bronx River Houses Community Center. So it's covering a bunch of stuff. Future and Keith Haring. B-Girls in the Bronx by Ricky Flores. Run DMC by Janet Beckman. More Run DMC and LL at the first all rap spectacular. Bam! Roxanne Shante. Salt and Peppa, Shake Your Thing. The classic. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back. By Glenn E. Friedman. So yeah, like this book covers the gamut of stuff, but again, it's not just old school stuff. As dope as all of that is to look at, because I mean, you see the books that I'd be picking up. This is my jam. And I mean, come on. Easy on a skateboard? Ah, Will Smith before he was slapping the shit out of people. I couldn't help it. Sorry, y'all. Unfinished Business. I mean, even that's just dope, man. The Enemy Strikes Back. Ace in the Biz doll? Come on, man. Rest in peace, Biz. Fife. And Tribe in the studio. R.I.P. Fife. Yeah. Beastie Boys. Check Your Head. The Queen. Latifah. Dre. Big's first photo shoot. Tupac on Juice, Mary J. Gangstar. More Gangstar. Because Gangstar is always dope, so you can never have too much Gangstar. Wu-Tang, Enter the 36 Chambers. Like, it's just classic after classic after classic being dropped on here, man. Snoop's first video shoot. One of the posthumous albums. I can't remember which one that one was. This one tripped me out because I don't remember seeing this on the internet, but when I saw it in the exhibition, I was just like, well, what? Yeah, this is an old ass photo of Pac, Redman, and Biggie. No, and like, there's Nas. These people weren't really At the time when this was taken, Nas wasn't a known figure. He was still an underground cat, but like, obviously there was a lot of talk around him, but like, he wasn't anything to any of the label people that would have been coming out and being like, yeah, photograph these guys. So it's just like, he's just some kid. But they threw him in here, and now looking back on these photos, it's just like, holy shit. Alright. More biz. All samples cleared. Which, ironically enough, I don't think it had all the samples cleared, but ain't that some shit. Jodeci. More LL. Big L. Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Jazzmatazz Live. Illmatic. Nas in the studio, and I mean, if you go through and you take a look at the people that are in the studio with him, and then some of the smaller shots that they got in there, like, people wonder why this album is such a classic. It's like, look at all the producers that are in there with him, man. That shit was stacked. More Tupac, more Redman. There is a dark side. Classic. Aaliyah. Cypress Hill. Shit. Young Mos. Rizzo Gravediggers. More Gangsta. ODB. Goody Mob. Far Side. Like, just great shit in this book. So I'm probably taking a bit too long to go through and cover it all, but like, there's a lot of good shit to look at in this book, man. So if you get the chance, if you're at all interested, go through and pick up a copy. And if you did have the chance to, go through and go check out the exhibition, because yeah, it's dope being able to see all this stuff in person, because I did manage to go through and get some interesting pics. There is stuff that isn't covered in the book, in the exhibition. And they also have like stuff on physical display there. Like there was a turntable and mixer from Grandmaster Flash that he used on a tour in Europe. And there was also, they had in the little display case there, one of the Flash Former units. That one was a trip, because I remember reading about those and hearing about what the whole idea was for it. It was like something that you'd put in line between the turntable and the mixer so that you could go through and do transforms and cuts like that without really having to go through and fuck up the fader, because faders were stiff back then, and you go too hard on them, they would start bleeding like crazy, man. So before we had all the adventing technology that made all that shit a lot more bearable for DJs and turntablists in general, yeah, they were trying to come up with shit like the Flash Former. Here we go. This one was a dope one, because I wasn't even expecting to see this, but there we go. Mad Villainy cover, contact sheets that we've seen a number of those photos used elsewhere, but Still dope stuff. And also on display was, I believe it was an actual copy of, like, an actual one of Doom's masks that he gave to Ernie Panicoli. I'm probably mispronouncing that horribly. I've never heard his name pronounced. I've only seen it in print, and me trying to recall it off the top of my head, I'm probably butchering it. So, apologies for that. But yeah, another dope photographer that has, like, yeah, immortalized a bunch of people in cellulose. So yeah, go check out Ernie's stuff if you can as well. This particular photo shoot was by Eric Coleman and Jeff Bank, though. Brian B and Eric Coleman with Jay Dilla, like, it's just classic shit. Cool Keith, Snoop, Fat Joe, a young Kendrick, Jigga, DJ Quick and Sugar Free. That one's hilarious to me. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, that is it for the book roundup. We've had the Wax Poetics, the Come Up, Unkut, Past the Margin, and Contact High. All great books. So if you're at all interested in any of these, go through, check them out on Google. I'm going to go through and try and leave like proper names and shit like that in the description so you can Google them easily if you have any interest in this. And that's about it for me for this time. So got any questions? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, until next time, I've been Venture. Hope you all take care and stay safe. Peace.